Good morning and welcome to this session where we learn success from this book, Master Money, Sex, Power. This is available in Amazon and Flipkart. You can read. I'm reading from this book. Today is day 22, chapter 22, verse 7. Rich people rule over poor people, and one who borrows is a slave to the one who lends. Now, here the wise man is teaching us one of the very powerful lessons of finance or the rules of finance by which the world goes by. Today we should understand the world is full of people and people are full of their own cultures and temperaments and attitudes. Individually, our behaviors and attitudes can differ from each other, but we can easily predict how a corporate group or a society behaves. Here is a very, very important principle which says the rich rules over the poor people, and the one who borrows is a slave to the one who lends. Now, here there is a secret for ruling, and there is a secret of becoming a slave and a servant of all. You can choose to either rule or to become a slave. It's a choice. Because if you look back at history, there are many communities which became rulers. Some communities became traders. Some communities became servants. How? It's very simple. They have somewhere this rule applies to the history of humanity. Now, it says very clearly, rich rule over the poor. If you really want to be a ruler, you should be a rich man. And again it says, the lender will rule the borrower. So if you really want to be a ruler, you have to become a lender, not a borrower. So it clearly talks about ruling and serving. You can choose what you want. If you are a young man or a young lady, you want to do big, you want to have an influence over humanity, you want to govern, you want to rule, you want to demonstrate, you want to help the society and change the society. I'll tell you, before changing the society, before attempting to rule, you better become rich. Because the rich rules over the poor. Many good guys, they have good ideas. I have met so many good people. So many people, they want to help the orphans. They want to help the street boys. They want to help the poor people. They want to help the downtrodden. But they cannot do anything because they are equally poor. They do nothing. They can do nothing. Because the wise man is saying, the rich rules over the poor. And the borrower is a slave to the lender. You have to decide whether you want to rule or to serve. My father has taught me two financial principles by his words and by his life. In fact, I have seen him for more than 5 decades working by these two principles, which has helped him financially, so which I also began to follow in my life. Now, the first principle he told me is, you will never borrow. I have never seen him borrow, because the day you borrow, you are a servant. No matter who you call yourself as, you may be a king's son, you may be a landlord, you may be a big man, you may be anyone. But the day you borrow, you become a slave. You have put the terminology of a slave on your forehead. Always understand, you will never roam on this earth owing anybody even one single rupee. That is what the wise man is saying. You will never borrow. Okay? If you borrow, then you are a slave. That's it. No matter who you are and where you come from, you become a slave. That is the principle number one I have seen. We never went to anybody's house to borrow, or nobody came to our house to ask for money. The second principle he taught me was, you will never give any man any money who wants to borrow it from you. Because when somebody asks you for money, it is a clear indication that somebody is a bad soil. When you put your money in that soil, it is neither useful to you nor to them. Consider somebody wants to borrow 1 lakh from you. Now, if you give him 1 lakh of rupees, you may think in your heart that you are helping him. But he will blow that 1 lakh out, and he will again come to you in the next season and ask you for another lakh. So the money which you put inside this man or invested in his life, he wasted it. So that 1 lakh is neither useful to him nor to you. This is principle number 2, which I learned from my father. Always understand, never lend anyone who want to borrow from you. Because when you lend it to people who want to borrow, you are actually wasting your money. Okay? If you want to give gifts to somebody, you can always give, but never have any hope of them returning the money to you. These are the 2 principles I live by. I have seen my father live by. Hope you enjoyed today's session. We will meet tomorrow, same time, same place. God bless you.